the true capitalist radio. I'm the badass of business and the prognosticator of prognosticators. Give CIA levels of assessments, predicting the future, the future, the future. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. Sparking synapses in the internet underground. Everyone knows who I am. The world is my chessboard and war is the tool of the game. Don't hate me, I'm just a messenger. Say what you want about me, but I speak the truth. The truth, the truth. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. It's time for true capitalist radio. Turn that shit up. Now get ready. True capitalist radio starts now. Right now. Fucking punks. Fucking punks. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fucking punks.
What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 743, and it's officially St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there who is celebrating this holiday, probably in a drunken stupor, but it's all good. Once again, it is March 17, 2025, and I want to say cheers to everybody out there who is listening in, and if you could please spread this show across the internets and throughout the world. And let everybody you know, let them all know that the True Capitalist Radio Show, episode 743, is live and in effect and in the house. And I want to say to everybody out there, if you have not done so, please add to your bookmarks and add to your favorites my official website, which is what we're going to be following today on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. All right, it's ghost.report. All right, ghost.report. All right, that's all you got to type in your browser. And you get the world on one web page every day on Ghost Report Daily. So please add that to your bookmarks and add that to your favorites. And, of course, if you haven't done so, add me on X or Twitter or whatever you refer to it as, The Ghost Report, all one word, no underscores, The Ghost Report on X or Twitter, all right? Now, before we get started on anything, let's go ahead and get into the market, shall we? Now, as you can see from these charts, it's a very topsy-turvy, very roller coaster ride market because we are in an era of uncertainty. We don't know where the economy is going. There's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to tariffs. Now we've got reciprocal tariffs. Now we've got retaliation economic moves from other countries. So right now, in my opinion, I would not be holding anything in this market. All right? I mean, take a look at the front article here on Market Watch. As recession fears mount, watch for Powell's stances on these four key issues this week because the Fed is going to be making some announcements this week, and I think everybody should be looking at that. But before I get into all that, let's go ahead and go over the markets. And Devious Dave, thoughts on Archer Aviation Inc., thinking about dropping some on for the long term. I'm not familiar with that company. I'm not too sure about Archer Inc., but thank you. I'll take a look at it after the show. We got the markets here. They're on the plus side. As you can see on the chart, it doesn't look like any kind of certainty in that particular chart. People are really choppy in that chart. And if you want my opinion, if you take a look at who's leaving the market, it's all institutional investors. It's all Wall Street that's incrementally leaving the market, while retail is still trying to keep this Wall Street bets meme stock dream alive. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to end well. All right? It's not going to end well. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial. It is up today 0.85%, closing out the Dow at 41,841.63 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. We got the S&P 500. It is also up, I should say, 0.64%, closing out S&P at 5,675.12 points. And then we've got the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is up 0.31%, closing out the NASDAQ at 17,808.66 points for the NASDAQ composite. As I was stating to you folks, I am not an investor in this market. I'm keeping most of my investments in cash. I do have real estate, but by God, take a look at gold. Gold, as a matter of fact, this week, or last week, I should say, it reached the 3,000 point before pulling back. It is now officially over 3,000 for gold. Take a look at gold. It is up today, or at least right now, 0.10%. Current price, $3,009 per troy ounce of gold. Now, I'll be honest with you folks, once the recession or depression, if you want my opinion, once it's finally realized by the market, you're going to see a dip in the short term on gold and silver. And when you see that dip, that's where you want to entertain an entry point if you have not been accumulating this beforehand. Because in my view, I think silver especially, you're going to get better return on investment in this uncertain environment. People are going to go to that safe haven. It's always traditional. It happened in the last crash. We saw silver go up to about $60. I mean, I think that we could see silver at $100 plus when all the uncertainty hits the fan. Let's just put it that way. So that right there, metals, I like cash. Real estate, if you can get it cheap. All right, you got a lot of markets out there that are dipping pretty hard, and they look like attractive entry points in my personal view. And if you want my opinion, if you're going to be investing in anything because of Trump, especially in Europe, Europe is starting to look like a very attractive market. The True Capitalist Radio member chat and the Inner Circle and I, we've been entering into defense stocks right when you started hearing about this bill that the EU was going to propose. Like, it's going to be close to $1 trillion in defense spending. So you know that the damn defense contractors over there in England, Europe, France, Germany, they're all going to be in the money. So this is how you have to think about investing at this point in time. All right. So once again, I'm not going into the equities. I'm waiting for this to bottom out. And by the way, so is Warren Buffett. If you take a look at the most current Ghost Report Daily, take a look at Buffett. Buffett bets big on Japan. All right, so even Buffett is going outside the United States in order to hedge his bets because of all the tariffs that are being implemented, or I should say the erratic tariffs and reciprocal tariffs and retaliation that's happening by and to the United States of America. So this validates that, look, America right now, I mean, unless you're a part of the billionaires club that was at the inauguration of Trump, I don't think that you're going to be generously rewarded. All right. But anyway, let's take a look at oil. Oil right now, it is down. And look, the whole reason why it's down is because we have an administration that's want to drill, baby, drill. And the price reflects that, as you can see. We got oil down 0.28%, closing out oil at $67.39 per barrel of WTI sweet crude oil. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at commodities here for a second, because what did I tell you, folks, before Trump was inaugurated? I said that what's going to happen because of the tariffs, you're going to have a retaliation specifically with China. And I said that China, the first thing that you're going to hit up is the agriculture. And that's exactly what has happened. So what we're seeing here, look, this egg price stuff, remember we saw eggs at like fucking $10 or $12 a dozen some places? It's now come crashing down. And I said that was going to happen because that's how commodities operate. Because these commodities that were supposed to be pre-bought by the Chinese, now that the Chinese have cut their contracts, the commodities are there just left. I mean, they're left to rot. So the folks that produced it have to bottom the prices out in order to get rid of it. And I said that what's going to happen is you're going to see a short-term massive decrease in commodities, and that Trump is going to take a victory lap for it, which is exactly what he's doing. All right, which is exactly what he's doing. So this is a victory lap for him in the short term. In the long term, folks, what the producers are going to do is they're not going to produce as much the next season. And by this time next year, the prices are going to even be higher than the highest prices that we saw today. All right? So that's where we're at this point in time. And I think that right now you see the Trump administration taking a victory lap for the falling in all the prices. But that is going to be short-lived, folks, all right? Now, you take a look at energy, of course, the monthly, okay, it's all negative, all right? So that's reflected in people being able to go out to eat, go out and purchase stuff if they have any money to do so left, and also bringing down some of the offset costs that are from the tariffs. Because if it's cheaper to take them from point A to point B, some of the tariff costs will be offset by the declining energy costs. So, you know, it's like crunching the numbers. It's fuzzy math, if you will, when it comes to this administration in their attempts at executing economic policy. Now, as you can see, for the month, everything has gone up for the most part, except for lithium or those types of things. Everything has gone up for the month because metals is a place of a safe haven for investors in times of uncertainty. So as you can see in the monthlies, it's all gone up, with the exception of some of these industrial metals. Now take a look at agriculture. All right, now look at all the negative in the monthlies here. This is the time, as I stated, all right, that we were going to see this rapid downturn in food prices. We're at that time. Remember I told you that once Trump implements the damn tariffs, and if you don't believe me, go back to the archive. Once Trump implements these damn tariffs, all right, these rising food prices are going to come crashing down. Trump is going to take a victory lap for it. Unfortunately, this is going to be detrimental to us in the long term because the producers are not going to produce as much food, and the scarcity of food is going to continue in that capacity for the long term. So right now, you better stock up, if you want my opinion, when it comes to any of these commodities. You need to stock up. Now, unfortunately, one of the commodities that ain't going down is lumber. So if you want to buy a house or if you want to add on to your house, you better fucking do it now. All right, take a look at those lumber prices. Look at the 5-year on lumber. All right, wait till we get to this is when everybody and their brother was buying a house because we were printing out money post-COVID. But I'm telling you, we're going to start seeing high prices in lumber again because of these tariffs. So if you want to make a move on adding your house or using lumber for any reason for material, I think that you need to do it fast. You need to do it now, all right, before these damn things spike. And it's going to spike, all right? It's absolutely going to spike. Now, when it comes to wheat, look, wheat is kind of going up because, I mean, we don't really produce as much of it. It's mostly produced, believe it or not, over there in Russia and Ukraine, which is why you saw this tremendous spike during this time frame. All right, but let's take a look at things that we see here. Let's take a look at milk. Milk, dramatic decrease. Why? Because of the tariffs. The tariffs on Canada. I don't think we can sell our milk over there anymore. They're not buying it, regardless. And you see, that's another byproduct of the tariffs. Aside from the tariffs, whatever that percentage is, that's added on to whatever we're importing from whatever country or exporting, regardless, vice versa, the backlash, the consumer backlash when it comes to America, kind of, at least the optics of it, looks like they're slapping their allies and their partners in the face. The consumer over there is going to get angry and not consume American goods and American products. So the tariffs have a very negative effect on American business, in my personal view. And I really question what Trump is doing, to be honest with you. But I'm going to describe that and my reasoning why I believe he's doing this in just a minute. All right, now take a look at this dramatic decrease in orange juice. Why is this? Well, because, folks, most of the good orange juice, at least the premium orange juice, is grown here in the United States. The cheapo orange juice, which is what most of the world really goes and consumes, is all grown in Latin America. All right, so the Florida orange juice and the oranges in California, because of the tariffs and because China doesn't want to buy anymore because we've tariffed them, this is why you're seeing this dramatic decrease in OJ. All right, this all coincides with the tariff policy. I told you all this was going to happen. And look, in this short term, I would stock up. Folks, I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be hyper-sensationalist. This time next year, all these prices that we're reviewing right now are going to be at all-time high. They're going to be at all-time highs. Mark my words. This time next year, all these commodities, all-time highs. Now, coffee, on the other hand, it's taken a dip because of the tariffs, but it was always on the rise upward because, believe it or not, I mean, coffee is the world's drug. And I don't see coffee going out of style anytime soon. I know that tea is trying to make a come up, but coffee, there's a lot of producers in coffee. So that's why coffee, even though you have high demand, you've got a lot of folks that grow it in Africa, in Asia, in South America. There's a whole bunch of places that grow it. Cotton, on the other hand, let me take a look at cotton. The reason that we're not seeing too much movement on cotton is because most of the world consumes our cotton outside of China and the other folks that are siding with China, like, the people that we slapped in the face, Canada, Europe, etc. So that's going to stabilize. Let's take a look at the egg prices, because I think that's what everybody really wants to take a look at. Right? Where are the egg prices at? Here they are right here. Take a look at that dramatic decrease. Now, that doesn't happen out of nowhere. Let me explain why we're seeing such a dramatic decrease in eggs. Because of the fucking tariffs, first and foremost. First of all, the tariffs. Secondly, nobody's consuming this. I mean, that's how the consumer's going to react. The consumer's going to react that, holy shit, I've got a dozen eggs for $10, $8. I'm not buying that. I might as well go to McDonald's, or I might as well get some beef that'll have more of a protein nutritional value. I mean, than getting eggs. And by the way, I mean, eggs, even though they've made this dramatic decrease, they are being smuggled in more than fentanyl at the border. I'm not fucking shit. Look, take a look at this. More eggs than fentanyl being seized in border crackdowns. And look, this decrease, as I stated, in eggs is temporary. This is all temporary. All right? They're selling off the excess. I'm talking the producers, the farmers. They're selling off the excess that would have been going to China, but now that China doesn't want it, they got to sell it somewhere. And because these commodities only have a finite amount of time, remember, they go bad, they rot. So they got to sell it fast. So that's why the prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again, because I told you all this was going to happen before the fucking election. I said if Trump is elected, his tariff policies are going to cause a massive rift, particularly in agriculture. And at first, it's going to look great. Oh, my God, prices are coming down. Yay, spaghetti. Wait till next fucking year. Wait till next year, folks. I'm not kidding around. So don't believe the hype. All right? This is because people aren't, they're not consuming eggs, first and foremost. And let's be honest, because the price on the market, at least the grocery store market, has already been established, the grocery stores are certainly not going to come down as fast as the wholesale price. All right. So, I mean, it's up to whether or not the consumers are going to consume those eggs at the store shelves at the prices that they're at currently. If they don't, they're going to come down in price. So this is what we're dealing with when it comes to eggs. All right, now let's go to beef, because that never seems to come fucking down. All right, I mean, take a look at live cattle. This shit never seems to come. We were just at all-time highs. We saw a little bit of a dip because of the tariffs, but let's be honest, folks. I mean, even tariff countries, even people or countries that are trying to reciprocal tariff on us, they're not going to want to stop consuming American beef now. All right, come on now. So of course, you know, we just saw a little bit of a flash dip on this. Beef is going nowhere. And I think that's by design. You know, they want to purposely force people to purchase whatever the new food is going to be, this Beyond Meat shit. I think that's a universal political thing from both parties. They want us all to eat the bugs. They want us all to eat the processed crap. And I've yet to see RFK make a move on being against this whole processed industrial food consumption. I have yet to see him make a move on that. Yeah, 3D printed beef, exactly. So that's where we're headed at this point. And if we take a look at general beef prices, I mean, take a look. It's not going down. And look, we all need beef. Take a look at that. That's a 5-year chart on beef. We all need beef, especially if we work hard every day. We're going to have to work harder now that we've got all these people that are being laid off. I mean, what was that stupid teeny bopper girl retail store that just went out of business? Fucking Forever 21. Forever 21 just went out of business, and that's just one of an array of businesses that are just straight up closing down. And that means jobs not only at the retail end, at the managerial end, at that retail end, the corporate business, the corporate guys. A lot of people out of work, and then we've got Doge over here that's trying to cut 1.5 to 2 million federal jobs. So not looking good for the American economy, all right?
I'd buy that for $1.
And we got Andrew Steamy. What's up, Daddy? Long time no see. Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And yeah, we brought back the old, I'd buy that for $1 because, I don't know, somebody paid a lot of money to bring it back or some shit. I don't know. You got to figure that shit out for yourself. All right? So, look, let's go ahead and make a transition, no pun intended, all right? And let's go ahead and go to crypto because, I mean, I think it needs to be said. It needs to be gone over. Now, put the PC shot on, folks. All right, now, what did I tell you about cryptocurrency at this point? The guys that are promoting it, even Trump, BlackRock, all these folks are now the biggest holders in these cryptocurrency, whatever the hell you want to call them. What do they call it? Collector's items or whatever the fuck they are now. All right? I said that these guys are trying to corner the market in Bitcoin. The Michael Saylors, the fucking idiots, the nerds that were there that mined thousands of it before anybody gave a shit. All these people have a vested interest on trying to continue to hype Bitcoin. And you know, the big thing on the Bitcoin community is that you have to hold. You have to hold. All right? I mean, even Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy tries to promote it every day on every fucking social media that they have. You gotta hold. You gotta hold. You've gotta hold. And you see, that's the scam. I mean, isn't that technically a Ponzi scheme? Because what makes the value of Bitcoin, folks, is its pairing with American dollars. And this idea that Bitcoin is going to be $1 million a Bitcoin, that premise is only real if the fucking country, or I should say the currency of our country, is complete below toilet paper value. That means that it is completely below toilet paper value, and, you know, that doesn't look good for us. Let's put it that way. And hold on, we got Scott Peterson, some asshole named Scott Peterson. Ghost, think it's a good time to invest in a boat? I'm looking for something that's enough to carry me and a pregnant wife. That's horrible. All right, you're talking about that asshole who killed his wife. And then Andrew Steamy, I want you to suck me dry. I'm not going to say that. You're a sick son of a bitch. But anyway, look. Once they have enough people that are holding this bag, and look, you have to get out of it. Buffett always said, or was it Buffett? I think it was Buffett. He said that once your grandma starts buying the shit that you own as an investor, then it's time for you to get the fuck out of there. Once you have regular normies, once you got regular people investing in Bitcoin, that's when you got to get the hell out of here. Hold on, let me change the goddamn. This is just too much. All right, let me change the goddamn. I buy that for it. Let me change that shit. I'm sorry about that. I should have changed it before the show, but you know, I got a lot of shit to do over here. All right, hold on. Please excuse me. Sorry about this. I don't want everybody to get annoyed here. All right. I think this is it, right? I think this is it. Let me send a test here. Now, are you going to send the test or not?
They're eating the cats.
All right, there it is. Okay, thank you. All right, that's better. That's better. Sorry about that, folks. I don't want people to get sidetracked. I just want something that's direct. It is what it is. Anyway, Andrew Steamy, I'm not gonna say that disgusting buy me a coffee. And then we got Jeffrey Gostein. Will you service my schmeckle? Is this all you people are going to talk about, man? I'm talking about serious business here. Anyway, back to Bitcoin. I said that all these folks are running up the price of Bitcoin so they can incrementally sell off. I hate that this idiot Michael Saylor tries to pretend that he's buying all this billions of dollars of Bitcoin and holding it when he clearly is not. If you take a look at MicroStrategy, this guy is fucking making a fortune off of arbitrage, and I don't really want to fucking go into what that is, but he's not fucking holding it. It's a bunch of shit. All right? Did you hear that there's like some fucking $300 million short on Bitcoin right now? Who the fuck's behind that? As I stated, I told you throughout this whole time, these big wigs are buying it up to run the fucking price up so they can make money on the price run up and make even more of a fortune. Even more of a fortune shorting the damn thing. And that's exactly what's happening. So I'd stay away from crypto. I mean, like I said, Cardano and maybe Ripple, but you're not going to make much on that. XRP, you're not going to make much on that. You may make a couple of bucks, but that's about it. This idea of, getting in Bitcoin at like $500 and then holding it to 70 grand, that shit's over, man. It's gone. It's that shit. You should have been on that train when I was promoting it in 17. And if you did, let me tell you, you'd be heel kicking. You'd be one of these fucking guys that are living large right now. And we got Red Eyes Black Dragon. Good job, Ghost. Keep it up. Thank you, dude. Cheers to you. And I appreciate it. All right, let's make a transition, no pun intended, to domestic and political stuff here in the mainland United States of America. The first story I want to lead in on is the story that I like to say that I had something to do with. Now, I had told you folks back in 2016, as a matter of fact, it's an infamous YouTube video that's got almost 20,000 views on it, where I go off on Enemy for 2 hours straight, okay? And here it is right here. As a matter of fact, let me show it to you.
Now, folks.
Let me show it to you, all right? Now, put the PC shot on. Now, here it is right here on Ghost.Report. It's the latest version of it, March 17, 2025. And I said in this video, and I vowed that I would do everything I can to make Enemy illegal. All right? And here it is right here.
Now, folks, I did not want to have a show today to be complete.
And it's all about Enemy and how I hate it. And it's disgusting, it's pathetic, and it should be illegal. And then take a look at it. This is an 8-year-old video. All right, it's from 2016. Now, folks, believe it or not, even though I'm not very happy with the Republican Party right now at the federal level, I have done a lot of work for the Republican Party here in the Texas state level and municipal levels. All right, I've organized fundraisers for the GOP. All right, I understand this political game, and I'm very close to a lot of folks out there in Austin, Texas. All right, now, I'll be honest with you, it was through painstaking lobbying, through the contacts in which I am affiliated with and I know via my tenure doing work for the GOP, that enabled me to have somebody initiate a bill against Enemy. And look, it's not necessarily against all of Enemy, okay? It's not all of Enemy. Take a look at this, okay? It could make incredibly popular Enemy in video games illegal. You know what it is? It's intended. And here it is. A person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses, accesses, with the intent to view or promote obscene visual material containing a depiction
They're eating the cats.
that appears to be a child younger than 18 years of age, engaging activities described in section 43.21A1B, regardless of whether the depiction is an image of an actual child, a cartoon, or an animation, or an image created using an artificial intelligence application or computer software. So if you are one of these folks that, for whatever reason, and this is something that I just do not understand, these Enemy lovers, okay? I don't understand how you can rationalize with yourself, you're a grown man. Most of these Enemy enjoyers are over the age of 21. most of these people that are obsessed with this crap all have little girls that look like they're 12 years old or younger as their profile picture. I never understood how anyone or how Western civilization was able to rationalize these little girl depictions. All right, these little girl depictions of sexually suggestive nature. I never understood this. Look at this. I never understood this. So now Texas, and I'd like to toot my own horn, I'll be honest with you, I had at least a little something to do with this. I wouldn't say I had everything to do with this, but I had a little something to do with this, okay? And the reason is because we won the culture war in essence. I'm talking the GOP, the conservatives. And that's why Texas, even though we don't agree with everything that Trump's doing, because Trump is setting the precedent of just ramming shit down through executive order, through initiating bills because the Republicans have the power, that's exactly what we are doing here in Texas. And we've done it. We've done it. It's not just enemy. We're the only state in the goddamn union that has made drag shows an obscenity. So you have to be over 21. You got to fucking have a permit now to have a goddamn drag show in Texas. Do you understand that, boy? We outlawed pornography out here in Texas. We're trying to take a moral stance out here in Texas, boy. And you know what? Because we saw the opportunity to be able, because look, we have moral principles out here in Texas. The constituency out here in Texas, they vote based upon whether or not we're going to have decent society in this fucking state. And let me tell you something. All right, we started off with pornography. We went on to fucking drag shows. Okay, now we're going on to anime. And I don't see anything wrong with this. If you people are against this bill, then you're a fucking pedophile. All right? And this is what this bill is intended to do. This is why we initiated this bill and why it's going to come into law. Because we're going to identify who the Woody Allen butt-loving pedophiles are on those that continue to consume in this very disgusting, filthy, pedo-suggestive fucking animation bullshit. Do you understand? And that's the way it is. And let me tell you, if you're in Texas and you don't like this shit, then get the fuck out of my goddamn state, you fucking degenerate. All right, get out! Get the hell out! You understand that? Goddamn right. We're going to be able to identify who are these fucking nutcases. We're going to be able to identify who are these fucking weirdos that we need to separate from society. Because you see, right now, even though Trump, I'm not agreeing with a lot of his foreign policy, his economic policy, or anything that he's doing, because he's representing Republican, and because here in Texas, that's what we are. We're conservatives. We're Republicans. We're able to initiate socially conservative laws and be able to pass them without any hesitation because we have a conservative majority in our state legislature. So I'll tell you this right now. God bless the state of Texas, and any of you enemy pieces of crap that are opposed to this, well, then that says a lot about your character. That says a lot about who the hell you are if you have a problem with this law. Do you understand that? And I feel happy. I feel great that my little influence, my time in the Texas GOP, my time organizing fundraisers, I work the phones in the GOP. I've done a lot. My clout was able to make this happen. All right, my clout was, look at all the people in the chat room. Oh, fuck you, Ghost. You're a fucking censor asshole. Hey, we need to start taking decency, all right, serious in today's America. We need to start taking decency. Isn't that what making America great again is supposed to be? We're supposed to make society, once again, civil. All right, not this degeneracy.
They're eating the cats.
All right, not this fucking degeneracy. And Devious Dave, Texas would give Jag the death penalty. All right, that's enough. And Blade, the Stelron Hunter, I wonder what Dennis Prager would think about this bill. Well, he's really the reason why I got so pissed off. All right? He's the reason why, but I'll get to that in a moment. Let me get to some of these buy me a coffees here. We've got Peter Scottson thinking about starting a meme coin. I think I should call it Connor Coin. Thanks for the show. You're truly an inspiration. I don't know about that. I don't know about making a coin. And then trolling the interwebs, Greg Abbott made drag permit only and anime illegal because he's a drag enjoyer. Oh, come on. Come on, man. And hold on, Alexander the Resurrection, I agree, lollycrap is degenerate, but people obsessed with it should be watched closely. I'm not okay with the government censorship like this. It opens the door for even Hollywood and TV to be banned. Well, technically, Hollywood and TV was regulated. I mean, that's why we have the FCC. So come on, Maine. All right, everybody, right now, I want to take credit for what has happened here in Texas, and I'm glad that anime is finally going to be outlawed. And if any of you people in Texas have a problem with this, you can get the fuck out of my state right now and go to fucking San Francisco where you fuckers belong. Get out of here! Get out! I told all of you anime pricks not to fuck with me. All right? I told all of you. And what did you do? You thought it was a big fucking game.
They're eating the cats.
All right? You thought it was a big fucking game. Well, let me tell you something, you anime fucking man-child, not paying attention to politics because you're fingering your ass to some pre-teenage animated cartoon imported from Japan piece of shit. All right? Let me tell you something. This is what can happen when people take shit serious. All right? I mean, you people pissed me off so bad that I had to use my political clout at state government to be able to slip in a bill to be able to be fucking passed through the state legislature of this nature. All right? And guess who else I'm going for? Guess who else is next? The furries are next. All right? These fucking freaky fucking degenerate furries are next. I'm not joking. Let me tell you something. This is Texas. This is my fucking state. All right? I told you all for years that I was going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this degeneracy begins to be regulated and begins to be taken down. I told you for years. And by God, the prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again, baby. All right, you're damn. Woo! I told you, while you idiots were fanning your nuts to this crap, I was taking shit serious. I was taking shit serious, boy. And Cornbread Man, why does that thumbnail look like Urinator and Alex Jones? I have no idea. And Kirk Johnson, child-friendly drag is an oxymoron. Same with promoting LGBTQ material to children in general. That shit is inherently sexual and should be kept hidden away from the public. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. And this is why I did whatever it took to try to get somebody out there at the state legislature to go and initiate this damn bill. So I'll tell you this right now. I'm taking credit for this. This St. Patrick's Day, not only am I going to celebrate because of St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to celebrate because Ghost was the man that took this fucking stupid, freaky-ass anime shit. He took it down in Texas. He took it down in Texas. And I hope this shows all of you that I'm as serious as a heart attack when it comes to politics. You understand that? I'm as serious as a heart attack. So, first we go after these anime fucking nerds, and let me tell you, if you've got a problem with this, you can get the fuck out of my state. You can get out of here. Who are we going after next? We're going after these fucking furries next. You're goddamn right! Dude, I'm targeting everybody that has been fucking with me on this show. I told you all for years that I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you all, and we're doing it here in Texas. I told you drag queens that I'm coming after you because fucking what is drag queens anyway? It's a celebration of nothingness. It's a celebration of nothingness, and we made it a 21 and over bunch of shit. Now these drags, they can't go and taunt their shit in front of children anymore. If they do, they get thrown in jail.
They're eating the cats.
Goddamn right. Let me tell you something. Texas bill targets furries, banning non-human behavior in schools. Here's the brief. The new Texas bill, known as Furries Act, would ban non-human behaviors in public schools, including the use of litter boxes and wearing animal accessories. Now, let me tell you something, okay? The use of litter boxes. Let me give you some insight on why this is in there. You know that this particular story, that there were litter boxes in some pro-furry classroom, was all a bunch of shit. It was a fucking lie. It was a hoax. It was a troll. And guess what? The troll became such, it lived in people's minds. It spread like wildfire amongst the general masses that it became real. It became real. So what did we do? We put it in the fucking bill. Nobody put fucking litter boxes in their goddamn classroom. We made it up. We made it up. All right. But guess what? What it does, it initiates us to have the legal authority to be able to prevent this kind of bullshit, to being subjected to our children, to being promoted by the educators, or even being embraced by the fucking education system itself. My God, it's a good day to be a Texan. Anyway, bill prohibits students from presenting themselves as anything other than human, with the exemptions of Halloween. Students who violate the law could face suspension, expulsion, or placement in a juvenile justice education program. Educators who fail to enforce the law could face fines with penalties starting at $10,000 fucking dollars. So let me tell you, I told each and every one of you pieces of man-child shit that I was coming after you motherfuckers. All right? This cannot continue in a civil society. This shit cannot continue. So with my influence and all the fucking sweat equity that I did for the GOP out here in Texas and my clout within the GOP in Texas, I made this shit happen. I made it happen, and I'm glad I made it happen. And look, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen shit yet. We're going to use the dominance of the Republicans in the Texas state legislature to push a lot of other shit, boy.
They're eating the cats.
I told you all. I told you all. Anyway, we got, let me get to some of these buy me a coffees. We got Man Bear Pig, the anti-J Money bill then. All right, I know what you mean by that. Scott Peterson, is it time for Texas to make Jag ass float up in the air in a harbor? Dude, come on. Enough of the Jag shit. And Froppy, does it mean any attacks on Greg Abbott should be pinned on you? Shut up, asshole, all right? You better not even kid around about that, boy. Don't even fucking talk shit about my governor, you piece of crap.
They're eating the cats.
Don't you dare. And hold on, Kits doesn't flip with a rumble rant, so we're making it illegal to euthanize furries. Bye-bye. Or we're making it legal to euthanize furries. Bye-bye, Jag. And Devious Dave, they had a law in Oklahoma that banned furry costumes in school. Well, I mean, we have to do it nationwide. And cheers to Duke Orville with a $50 rumble rant. Cheers to Duke Orville. And he said total furry death. Total furry death. Cheers to Duke Orville. And Duke Orville, on top of the $50 rumble rant, he hooked it up with 10 gifted subs out there at Rumble. Cheers to, once again, Duke Orville. All right, man, a member of the TCR chat and the Inner Circle, by the way. Cheers to you, Duke. And Sultan's R 333 equals Ban Jag Timo Ben Shapiro, whatever the hell that means. And I think we just got another buy me a coffee. It's Ghost is a diabetic bitch. Here's this guy. Hi, Ghost. Happy Monday. Remember that you're in the wanted list for, like, Minecraft Steve. Also, just wanted to say that this makes me sleep. Ghost show is better. Please stop, you diabetic bitch. So there you go.
They're eating the cats.
There you go. There you go. And then we got another one from Froppy here. And Froppy said, Greg Abbott doesn't have the leg to stand on. Wheelchair access is DEI crap anyway. Oh, come on. Come on, Froppy. That's fucking, dude, that's disgusting. You know that? I can't believe that you would even go there. But then again, it's Froppy. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're a sick fuck. And then we got Enemy Extremist. Is conservative / right-wing enemy allowed in Texas? No, it's not. All right, it's not. None of this shit. All right, if you're an enemy or a furry, get the fuck out of Texas, all right? If you're an enemy or a furry, get out of Texas. That's what this means. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I gotta give myself a little bit of props. I know some of you people are upset. You're a little angry. But, hey, I told you all, don't fuck with me. I told you all to grow up. I told you all, you ain't going to be able to be man-children forever. All right? And let me tell you, here in Texas, we are going to make sure that you fuckers grow up. we're going to make sure you fuckers grow up, baby. So, woo! That's how come everybody should take politics serious. You see what old Ghost was able to have done on a state level because of the time I put in. Because I put in a lot of time in the GOP out here in Texas. I organized a bunch of fundraisers. As a matter of fact, I used to work the phones. I volunteered, by the way. I volunteered. I would work the phones and call up everybody on those lists and invite them to these fundraisers. And guess what? Because, you know, I have the gift of gab. I'm pretty sure you know this by now. They wanted to meet me. I want to meet that fellow that convinced me to come down here. Who is that fellow? Hey, how you doing, sir? And hey, I'm pretty chummy around all the folks that are involved in Texas GOP politics. I go to some of these cocktail parties, and, you know, I still go to the fundraisers occasionally, and I'm able to hobnob. I'm able to shake hands with these folks. I've done work for these folks. So they owe me. All right? They fucking owe me. So I use my clout in order to continue to press this issue about anime and about furries and about all these man-child-like animations and how it leads to pedophilia, how it always leads to, you know, sexualizing children, and how something needed to be done with that. Something needed to be done. And by God, we did it. By God, we did it. So, hey, W for Ghost. W for Ghost. And look, we ban anime. We're going to ban
They're
furries.
eating the cats.
We're going to ban a whole bunch of other stuff here. We're making Texas great again. All right? We're making Texas great again. And what did you say, Froppy? If Greg Abbott bans furries and fur cons in Texas, those motherfuckers will literally take his arms next. Oh, shut up. All right? Let me tell you something. Furries are nothing but a bunch of fatties and ugly sexual degenerates. That's all they are. And they use that fucking sports mascot outfit in order to masquerade their disgusting fat bodies and their faces to partake in disgusting sexual degenerate behavior. All right? So fuck you, furries. Fuck you, anime pricks. All right? Ghost made it illegal in Texas, baby. This is my state. Remember that, boy. I told you all in 16. You could go check out that video. I told you all in 16 I was going to make it happen. I told you all. And was it Tesla Cyberheart? They will reclassify anime as Japanese animation to get around it. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen there, Tesla. All right? We got a whole team of lawyers out here, especially the lieutenant governor. He's willing to fucking throw down whatever. You know, lawsuits. Bring them on. Bring them on. And Devious Dave, are you telling us you hang out around the Masonic Lodge? Oh, come on. Give me a break. And look, before we move on to other domestic topics, you see what Texas is doing? We're not fucking
They're
around
eating
anymore.
the cats.
We're not fucking around anymore. Texas is going to rename the New York Strip to the Texas Strip. Take a look at that shit, huh? We're not fucking around out here in Texas, man. I still have clout. All right? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm using the clout I have in the GOP in order to take advantage of the current political cycle. All right? You can go ahead and accuse me of that because that's what I'm doing. Because Trump has these idiot Republicans at a federal level doing whatever the fuck he wants, all right? Well, let's just put it this way. I am suggesting to those Republicans in power to do the same damn thing, to ram shit down in order to make this fucking state civil once again. Fuck these drag shows, they're out of here. Fuck these anime motherfuckers, they're out of here. Fuck these furry motherfuckers, get out of here. All right? And guess what? There's the lieutenant governor right there, Patrick, and he's out here saying, look, we are now referring to the New York Strip as the Texas Strip, all right? And I encourage each and every one of you to do the same damn thing. It's no longer the New York Strip. Look at that. Texas Strip. It's the Texas Strip. So you're damn right. We're doing our thing out here in Texas, boy. We're doing our thing. Anyway, we got Sultan Czar. Hates furries yet doesn't ban Jag. Ghost showing true Jew double standard. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, Alexander the Resurrection, what about your waifu Pipkin Pippa? Well, I that's on her, all right? If you view her in Texas, I don't know what's going to happen to you. Let's just put it that way. All right, if you view her, I don't know what's going to happen to her. And hey, kick that asshole out of here who says that I'm just scorned because Pippa. Get that fucking asshole out of here. Anyway, folks, my apologies. All right, let's go ahead and make a transition into other issues. I just wanted to go and make this a point of emphasis at the beginning of the show because I'm very proud of this bill. I'm very proud of the work that I've done, and of course the conservatives in the GOP have done as well. So cheers to the Texas GOP. All right, I'm celebrating tonight, not just St. Patrick's Day. I'm celebrating the Texas GOP, boy.
They're eating the cats.
Texas GOP. Thank you very much for your cooperation, baby. All right, hold on. Let's continue. We've got Scuff Pan. Is this going to become national? Well, once Greg Abbott signs it into law, I think that it's going to be a domino effect. I think that other conservative states are going to do the same damn thing. And by God, it should be. All right, by God, it should be. And Froppy, there's a furry convention in Texas this year. One's in Dallas, the other's in San Antonio. Well, it's about to be their last, boy. All right, it's about to be their last because we're about to push this down the legislative pipeline, and it's gonna be their last, baby. All right. Woo! Oh man. All right, let's move on to other subject matters. All right. Now, right now, let's just go ahead and lead in. What's on the news wire right now is Trump. He deported 238 gang members to El Salvador. Now, what's the controversy about this? He defied court orders to do so. Which, kind of put things on edge a little bit when it came to Washington, D.C. All right? Now, 2 hours, all right, before the hearing on whether or not this was legal or not, the Trump administration and their lawyers came out and gave a justification for defying the judge's orders and deporting these 238 gang members. All right? Now, what was their excuse in court? Well, their excuse, put the PC shot on, that it doesn't apply to them, That the Alien Enemies Act doesn't apply to the judgment that was given by this judge. And that's why Donald Trump implemented the Alien Enemies Act in order to bypass this judge's ruling in order to send these 238 gang members to El Salvador. Now, look, this is more than just 238 gang members being deported. There's a lot around this story. That's why Trump's lawyers are trying to argue it so hard in this case. And I don't know if you saw.
They're eating the cats.
The judge called it, a far stretch when attempting to argue this in front of them. Now, this is more than just 238 gang members to El Salvador. First of all, we don't even know who the fuck these people are.
They're eating the cats.
They claim, and cheers to you, dude, they claim that it is, Tres Agua or MS-13 pricks or whatever the case might be.
They're eating the cats.
And they're claiming that it's illegal immigrants. But to be honest with you folks, remember, Trump likes to slide things into his speech. And one of the things that he slid into his speech is that he was going to deport Americans who were also habitual criminals to another country's prison system. Now, that's the question. Who are these people that are being deported? Are they truly immigrants? There's a lot of secrecy around these 238 gang members, first of all. Secondly, this is purely optics. All right? He has to owe his base some kind of optics that he's deporting people, when in actuality, folks, he's not deporting any higher rates than Biden or Obama during their first tenure. All right? He's not any better than Obama or Biden. So this is an optics game. He wants to show the American people, or at least his base, that he's trying to deport the so-called illegals out of the country, but the judges are stopping him from doing so. So this also gives the case, which is why you've got Elon Musk, why you've got Donald Trump talking about impeaching judges all of a sudden. All right, so impeaching judges. Thank you, Axton Revolution. I got you, man. Well, I'll get you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing a Go show, by the way. So anyway, they got to show their base. Okay, the first problem, we don't know who they are. We don't know who these 238 gang members are. They could be Americans. And if the Trump administration is allowed to deport Americans to go into federal or other countries' prisons, then that opens up a Pandora's box. Okay? The second is whether or not this is even optical, like if this is even pertinent. I believe that this is just attempting to feed into his base. The third thing is, what are we paying El Salvador for this service? You see, these are questions that are not being asked by this, because El Salvador isn't just taking these fucking prisoners for nothing. All right, El Salvador right now needs as much revenue as they possibly can, because Buchel took a bath on fucking changing his currency to Bitcoin. They had to recently change the goddamn currency back because it was such a fucking bad economic policy. So Buchel over there in El Salvador is probably getting paid, and I'd like to know how much of our tax-paying dollars are being paid to not only ship these fuckers over there, because remember, they stopped deportations by plane here recently. That's the Trump administration, because of the costs. So how much did it cost to send these fuckers to El Salvador? And how much are we paying this fucker? How much are we paying the El Salvador president? So the reason I ask these questions is because the desperation in Trump invoking this Aliens Enemies Act suggests that he wants a bigger picture, that he wants to deport possibly his enemies. I don't know. It just opens up a Pandora's box. I'm not saying that he's going to do that. You just have to ask, what's the motivation behind this? It sets a very dangerous precedent. You combine this with his attempt at trying to get the Supreme Court to, kind of make birthright citizenship illegal. So, very, a lot of questions to be asked out here.
They're eating the cats.
So we'll see what happens. Let me get to some of these buy me a coffees before we get to the next subject here. We got your capitalist waifu. Does that mean that Pippa can't come to GhostCon? Yeah, probably not. All right. And Xanton Revo, man, I will get your video first thing tomorrow on the Ghost Show, Tuesday night, 8 p.m., man. Cheers to you, and thank you very much. And then we got El Foxo. Damn, Ghost, that's a lot of work, but can you get back to work? Put the fries in the bag, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. And we got Froppy, banning anime and furries equals Jag Deluxe Ray goes bye-bye. Jesus Christ. And then we got Alexander the Resurrection. It's actually pronounced Bu Calais. I don't care, dude. I don't speak fucking Mexican or El Salvadorian, asshole, okay? I look at it as Buchel. I'm fucking calling it as Buchel, all right? I don't give a fuck what that taco eater's fucking last name is, all right? He's fucking making money off of my tax-paying dime. I don't give a shit. And anime extremists, banning furries I'm okay with, but banning anime will turn Texas blue. There's not a single more right-wing community. Well, we don't want those right-wingers living amongst us, all right, Winston? We don't want any of these fuckers that are sitting there whenever they see some fucking little girl that is imported cartoon from Japan, and they start doing this. I don't want them in my fucking state, all right? All right, so get out of here. Anyway, let's continue, folks. All right, what's the next story here? Oh, yeah. Trump is now trying to claim that the pardons that were given by Biden and other laws that could have been signed in by Biden are null and void because he claims that an auto pen actually signed the documents. Now, look, I'm not trying to say that it is or isn't true. To be honest with you, I'm going to be honest. I've had a few letters written to me by presidents. Not kidding. Not joking. And I always assumed that they signed the goddamn thing with auto pen. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. They can't sign everything, right? So does that make it null and void? This is a very interesting twist that Trump is adding, because what is he trying to do? Is he trying to nullify laws? He's obviously going after the folks that were pre-pardoned. And what I don't understand is, one of the people that he's going after, he made into this big juggernaut called fucking Anthony Fauci. It's his fucking man. It's his fucking man. He was the guy that put him up on stage at the fucking White House all the time throughout fucking COVID, for Christ's sake. He was the guy that was up on the podium saying, yeah, you can't go visit your grandma on Christmas or you're going to kill her. You can't kiss your children unless you're behind a plate of glass. And this fucking guy, he wants to what? Void the fucking pardon for what? What? So you could kind of eliminate that fucking choice, that decision that you made, Trump, that made me turn against you? The fucking COVID, you made Big Pharma, all right? You used the state to allow Big Pharma to use us as guinea pigs, you piece of shit. And yet, the people are so stupid. The American people are so dumb, they blame somebody else for the vaccines except the guy that actually made the fucking decision, except the guy that signed in Operation Warp Speed. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It is the most horrible thing to witness. Horrible thing to witness. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, let me null and void laws now. Let me null and void pardons because I believe it was from a fucking auto pen. I mean, dude, this is getting more and more totalitarian as days go by, man. And who is Trump working for, folks? Who is Trump working for? I told you who he's working for. Let's go back a couple of days. All right, look at this. He's working for Elon Musk. On March 15th, look at the headline on Ghost Report Daily. Trump nearly slips babysitting Musk's kid. Can you believe this? And of course, Maga was like, oh, look at it, it's cute. Look, it's Don going with little X. That's great. Are you fucking kidding me? And he nearly trips. Look, there's the picture of him nearly tripping, trying to make sure this little brat gets on the Marine One okay. I mean, you know this is an optics flex by Elon Musk. He's trying to show himself as this meek autist that, everybody's attacking my Teslas and everybody, I don't know why they're doing this. I don't get it. Dude, this is a flex by him that, look, I can sit here and tell you that, oh, poor me, but I own this government. I have a place at the White House, for fuck's sake. I ride along with the president on Air Force and Marine One. All right? I got the president babysitting my fucking kid. I mean, I don't know how you MAGA people spin this, but give me a fucking break, man. I mean, I have never seen... The president is supposed to be the leader of the free world. And he's taking care of Musk's kid? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable, for Christ's sake. And yeah, because he's stumbling, they also question whether or not Trump is in good health. And I question it myself. I'll be honest with you, whenever he comes out, sometimes he looks like he can barely keep his eyes open. And other times, like we saw with the address to Congress, he looked like he was injected with whatever the fuck they injected Biden with. All right? And that's why a few Ghost Report dailies, and of course I mentioned it on True Capitalist Radio, that there was a bruise on his hand when Macron came to the White House in order to talk about this Ukraine situation. And many people suggest that the bruise on his hand is through repetitive IV use, as if he was being injected with something. Now, he is 78 years old. All right, he is 78 years old, and I don't know many 78-year-olds that can, kind of go here, all right, and then you got to go here, and then you got to go there. I just don't see it. And he keeps talking about things like the other day, and I don't really want to put too much into this, but he was at a golf tournament at his Mar-a-Lago, I believe. That's where he called in the Yemeni airstrike, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But he made a very interesting, he keeps making weird references to his death. He's like, hey, this is going to be this might be my last tournament. He made a reference on when he was there in the Oval Office with Zelensky, and he turned to the reporters and said, hey, a bomb could be dropped on your head today. Who knows? I mean, he makes a lot of references to death. When he made his first press conference at the Oval Office, when he sat in the desk, he said, hey, if Iran assassinates me, I've got instructions on what to do. He keeps making that reference. So I don't know. I mean, there may be some pertinence on whether or not he's debilitating ill. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, there's no evidence of this, but there's preponderance of evidence. Let's just put it that way. And by the way, since we're here on March 15th, it was a bad week for Elon Musk, all right? Let's just put it that way. All right? I mean, he lost over $100 billion in his fortune in a matter of a week. And it's because of his, look, and I tried to tell Elon this on X. Your optics, I mean, you have no concept of optics. It's obvious that all Elon Musk does is throw money at shit and expects things to manifest, which that's part of it, don't get me wrong, but politics is a different game. Politics is more than just throwing money at something and then the people are just going to rally behind it. That's why they call it political science. You have to have an ability to persuade a majority of a population within a geopolitical area in order to sustain power. And to do so, you have to have optics. You have to have belief. You have to have ideas, all of which Elon Musk and Trump are lacking at this point. So as far as I'm concerned, this is what this guy is missing. And I just don't understand why all the money in the world, this moron can't get an advisor to advise him that, hey, look, you idiot. I mean, you need to stop doing this. All right, I'm not joking. You need to stop doing this crap. And that's why he's suffering this backlash, because he has no fucking ideas. All he's doing is saying that I'm cutting this and I'm cutting that. And what he's actually doing, and let me tell you what he's actually doing, folks, all right? And I'm telling you all right now, what Trump is allowing Musk to do is treason. And is absolutely putting in America in a situation where we're going to regret ever partaking in any of this. Now, what is Elon Musk really doing? Folks, Elon Musk, he's a fucking national security threat at this point. And let me explain why. First and foremost, who the fuck is this guy and his Doge team to go into every goddamn bureaucracy, to every government building, and to aggregate everybody's personal information? Who allowed this to happen? How is this constitutional? All right, that's why he's having a lot of backlash, because, folks, what Elon Musk and Doge are doing is fucking unconstitutional. I'm not against cutting these stupid bureaucrats. I'm the last one who's going to go to bat for a bureaucratic job. But what Trump should have done, and it would have been legal, and it would have been constitutional, if he would have just ordered his cabinet to start cutting en masse and say, look, we want a fucking $1 trillion, cut. Let's do it, all right? Every goddamn cabinet, just start cutting. Why the hell did he need Elon Musk, some outsider that isn't even elected, to come in with a bunch of young people? Because, look, Elon Musk is hiring people 18 to 25, mostly, to conduct this Doge aggregation of data. And what are they doing? Why are they so young? They're young because, first of all, they don't know what they're doing. And if the other side takes power, they're the ones that are going to be prosecuted, not Elon Musk. All right, the Doge kids that took the data, that aggregated the data for Musk and threw it into his AI, because that's what they're doing. These Doge people are doing nothing, but they're over-glorified data entry processors. The only difference is they're throwing our data into an AI. They're throwing our data into an AI. Now, where is that data being stored? First of all, many speculate it's China. And secondly, what's the end goal of aggregating all our data? Well, folks, the end goal is that machines are now going to be the government bureaucracy. All right? The machines. AI. And Trump made a very interesting comment about this. You see, he likes to do this. He thinks that he has the charm to do this. Obviously he does, because people are fucking idiots. But he likes to subtly just throw in something that is so controversial, nonchalant, and he'd be like, wouldn't it be a good idea if we did. Listen to what he says here, okay? Because he says exactly what I'm saying. The machines are going to take control of the government bureaucracy. All right, play this shit. Here it is.
They're humans. It would be wonderful if everybody was just a perfect computer machine. But they're not. They're humans. And they're humans. It would be wonderful if everybody was just a perfect computer machine.
It would be everybody was just a computer machine. Okay? Now, I know many of you are saying, well, Ghost, okay, well, that sounds cool. That sounds like futuristic. I mean, the government bureaucrats being taken over by machines. Who cares? Well, folks, you don't get it, do you? You don't get it. Because as Doge is feeding the information into AI, and what AI is doing is telling Doge, okay, you can cut here, you can cut there, and all Doge is doing is what the AI tells him. That's why you've got the administration trying to call back people they fired because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. All right, they don't know what they're doing. But the end game is, who's going to control the proprietary algorithm or the proprietary ownership of the AI that's in control of all of our data? Who has that intellectual property? It's going to go to Elon Musk because he's basically been given a gold mine treasure chest of data. Okay? Data is very expensive in the tech world. I mean, that's why they have to, every time you visit a website, you got to reject cookies or accept cookies. That's how they track you. All that cookie data tracking information is valuable. Just imagine how valuable your Social Security information is, or your child support information is, or your transactions with the banking system is, or your medical history is. Do you understand? AI is going to aggregate every piece of data that about you, about your family, about your family's history, your family medical records, your genetics, everything. All right, AI, I'm talking about Elon Musk's AI, is aggregating all this data. To what purpose? Because at some point, folks, believe me, this is the end of humanity. At some point, Elon Musk, who is the proprietor of this system that is going to be forced on America, all right, that's what's going to happen. He's going to be the proprietor of this AI system that we're going to have to use in place of the bureaucrats. And he's going to get all the money, as opposed to the bureaucrats getting money and providing jobs and spending money at other fucking little businesses, small businesses. All the money is going to go to him. Okay? So American taxpayers are going to have to, in perpetuity, pay Elon Musk, little X, and that's why this fucker is having 13, 14, 15 kids. All right? And the reason is because he wants the ownership of this AI indefinitely. It's technocratic feudalism is what is happening here, folks. Wake the fuck up. Donald Trump has sold us all out for nothing. For nothing. He has given Elon Musk all of our data, and we're going to be forced to bow down to him and his system and his AI in order for regular government fucking services to sustain themselves. And then at some point, folks, at some point, Elon Musk, or whoever the president is, or whoever the fuck is in charge, which is probably going to be Elon Musk, he can just simply ask the AI, because AI knows everything about you at that point. AI knows everything. It aggregates all of your shit that from a government level, your personal records, your medical records, everything, and also aggregates all your data from your social media accounts that all you idiots provide freely for everybody. Your comments, your reviews, your pictures, your videos, all that shit, your audio, your voice, all that shit. AI is going to know more about you than you do. It could probably copy you better than you can. So what's going to happen is Elon Musk is going to say one day, AI or Grok or whatever the fuck he calls this thing, can you give me a list of the people that we could do without? Can you give me a list of the people that are not necessarily going to oblige my technocratic monarchism that I'm trying to create here? Can you give me a list of people that have a propensity that would be in opposition to what I'm doing? And then because we're so integrated into AI, he can simply have that person eliminated an indefinite amount of ways, an indefinite amount of ways. I mean, everybody is dependent on their medications being processed via computer. The AI just simply has to, tell the computer to give you some other kind of medication to purposely dirt nap your ass. The AI can take over your fucking Tesla car. and fucking throw you into a goddamn tree. All right? Or if you got the fucking Neuralink, which is what Musk is trying to do, he could tap into your brain and turn you off or turn you into a fucking zombie. Do you understand? This is what Trump brought in. Trump brought in us being forced into a technocratic monarchism. And all of you MAGA people are personally responsible for this. And you are the first ones that are going to be suffering. As a matter of fact, most of the MAGA people are suffering as we speak. All right? I mean, that's why you have madness going out at GOP town halls. You know that? I mean, take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. I mean, that's why you got all this backlash, because people recognize what's going on. This is March 16th, Ghost Report Daily 2025. I mean, take a look at this. GOP town hall backlash. Angst pervades as a pair of Republican town halls. Dude, the GOP is advising their Congress people not to have town halls. All right? They're advising their people not to have town halls because they can't answer for this shit. All the Republicans are doing is just allowing Trump to do whatever the fuck he wants and not saying anything about it. All right? Not saying anything about it. And you see, these fucking GOP people cannot, and I repeat, cannot explain what the hell is going on here. I'm telling you what's going on. I mean, Trump just gave the keys to our information, to our lives, to be aggregated by Elon Musk, by a bunch of kids that are data processed. That's all they're doing. These Doge pricks are not special. All right? That's why they're 18 to 25. They're just taking data and putting it into AI, and AI is telling them what to do. That's why there's so many mistakes in this shit. So I'm telling you all right now, this is exactly what all of you MAGA people voted into power. And you all have the stain of this shit on all of you. And I'm glad that each and every one of you documented yourselves throughout the 2024 cycle, because you will be known as the people that brought this into power. And guess what? That's what Trump always likes to highlight. Hell, even Elon Musk highlights it. He highlights the fact that, oh, we had a mandate. That's Democrat talk. Leftist talk. That's Democrat talk. Because Democrats believe that when you elect them to power, that they're dictators and they can initiate any fucking policy, any legislation. That's not what our government is ran on. Our government is ran on representation by representatives. They're supposed to be answering for their constituency. They should be representing their constituency, and that was a tenet of the GOP. Not anymore with Trump. With Trump, he keeps repeating over and over and over again when everybody bitches and moans about the decisions that he's making. He just simply states, I had a mandate to do this. I had a mandate to do this. That's not how our government is supposed to be run. But if the people are just going to sit on their thumbs and not say a goddamn thing, well, he's going to continue to do whatever he can do and whatever he can get away with. All right, whatever he can get away with. That's how it works. And
They're eating the cats.
You see, nobody, and I say nobody, is going to stand up for this. Because look at Cheers Drunkler. Cry harder, crybaby. These are the first people that are going to be affected. They already are affected. All right? These people are like the bitch from Urban Cowboy, Deborah Winger. She leaves her husband because he gives her a slap. Then gets with some convict and gets her ass beaten every day, bloodied face, but pretends that she is having a great relationship because she doesn't want to look like an idiot in front of everybody else. And that's all of you MAGA people. You know it, and I know it. And it's a shame, because that's how dictatorships sustain themselves. All right? Have some humility. All right? Understand that all the bad shit that is happening in this country is because you people didn't know shit. And I hope that at some point you can look at yourselves in the mirror and realize that you're the fucking fool. You're the idiot. I mean, what are you getting out of this? None of you MAGA people are getting a goddamn thing. You're not getting a thing. You're not getting a thing. I mean, you know what you're getting? Put the PC shot. You're getting fucking stressed out. You're getting economic uncertainty. All right, you look at this. Consumer businesses distressed under MAGA. All right? Distressed under MAGA. All right? And why? Because there's so much economic uncertainty. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen. 1 minute Trump wants to throw on the tariffs. The next minute he doesn't. 1 minute there's a peace deal. The next minute there isn't. You know, one minute he wants to go into Greenland, and he thinks about going into Panama. He absolutely does not know what he's doing. And look, you can either say that it's incompetence, which I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. I think personally that it is purposeful. I think that all the things that are happening with Trump and Doge, they're purposely kamikazing our country into the ground. Because there's no other explanation. There's no other explanation for this. We are so vulnerable right now. I mean, look at that fucking squall line of storms that has already killed about 40 people that were tornadic activity and hail and shit. I mean, where was the weather center? You know, where were the people that were out there, you know, in emergency management? They were all cut from fucking Doge. So I'm telling you all right now, man, we're vulnerable in more ways than one. And when we get to the foreign policy part of the broadcast, I mean, I'm even more fearful there. I'm even more fearful there, for heaven's sake. And look, once again, the reason that we're in such distress, because I told you that not only is Trump trying to devalue the dollar, which is what all this is all about. I mean, this guy's talking garbage about wanting to cut $1 trillion from the debt, yet he just passed a $4 trillion spending bill with the fucking House GOP. All right, how does that compute? And by the way, Chuck kicked the American people in the balls, Schumer. All right, they're calling for his head in the Democratic Party because of this. All right, Chuck kicked the American people in the balls, Schumer, told the Democrats to pass the spending bill by the Republicans last Friday. And that bill not only has $4 trillion in spending, it has cuts for Medicare. It has cuts for Medicaid. I mean, if you have neat bucks, you're going to get cuts. All right? That's how they're paying for the $4 trillion spending. So how the hell are we going to cut spending $1 trillion and yet add $4 trillion to the deficit? It doesn't make sense. And I guarantee you, this fucking idiot Chuck kicked the American people in the balls, Schumer, got a huge payment from Elon Musk, in my opinion, for him to do this. All right? I mean, by the way, Chuck kicked the American people in the balls, Schumer, is on a book tour. He wrote a book now. That's right, he wrote a book now, and he had to cancel his book events because Democrats are threatening to fucking do whatever the fuck they're doing. It's not Republicans going after him, it's the Democrats. Now, the bad part about it is, the Democrats are in fucking shambles. All right? The Democrats are in shambles. I mean, there is so much to take advantage of, so many mistakes, so many bad decisions that Trump has made, and yet these fucking Democrats they don't know whether they're coming or going. They don't know whether they're coming or going. They don't know what their identity is. And unfortunately, it looks like these dumbass Democrats are going to double down on identity politics, folks, because who are they putting up as their savior? They're putting up, believe it or not, Bernie Sanders is going on. Hey, I'm Bernie Sanders, and I'm back because I need more money. I know I ran for president in 2016. I know I ran for president again in 2020. I know I ran, but look, I need more money. I know I almost got $500 million for over the years from you people, because I'm telling you that I'm going to give you a chicken in every pot. I'm going to give you free health care. I'm going to give you everything as long as you come on over here and sit on my fucking apple. Come on over here. Take your underwears off. No, don't worry about the pants tent. Don't worry about the pants tent. Come on over here and keep contributing. Keep contributing. Oh yeah. Yeah, keep contributing to Uncle Barney. Come on. Oh yeah. I'm going to write another book now. All right, so keep on contributing. Come on, here we go. Oh, yeah. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Please don't touch me. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to clean yourself up and don't tell anybody I told you to take your underwears off and keep contributing. That's who the Democrats are going to once again. They're going to Uncle Bernie once again. And it's no wonder the Democrats are at all-time lows in fucking favorability polls and shit. Look at this shit. Everybody hates the Democrats. I mean, right now, The goddamn Republicans are vulnerable, and nobody can take advantage of this shit. It's stupid. It's stupid because we need a political pendulum here, if you want my personal opinion. Low favorability poll. And who else is the big leader if it isn't Uncle fucking prostate infected, got to get up 5 times to take a piss a night, Bernie Sanders? Who else is it? AOC? Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this stupid shit. CNN compares AOC rise to post-Obama Republican Party best represents Democrat voters. Oh, my God. Dude, listen to me. Democrats, if you are going to continue down this identity politics road, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be completely eliminated as a party. All right? That's the whole reason why Trump got elected. He got elected on ridiculous culture war bullshit. All right? He got elected on, hey, I'm triggering the libs. Hey, I'm triggering the LGBTQs. I'm triggering the bull dykes. That's how he got elected. All right, so what the Democrats have to do, and let me give the Democrats a little bit of advice. All right, I'm not a Democrat, but I like playing politics. So the Democrats, if you truly want to beat Trump here in the next 2 years, if you want to take control of the House or the Senate you're going to have to just completely disconnect yourself with identity politics. And you need to start going back to what really got Democrats the power for a long time, and that's labor. All right, you fucking dumb idiot Democrats, you got Trump firing everybody on the federal government level. You've got him trickling that down to the state level. Lots of bureaucrats are going to be laid off. Those people are going to be concerned about labor, you stupid, dumb fucking idiots. I mean, go back to the old blue dog Democrat days where labor was a point of emphasis when it came to the American public. Instead of this identity politics bullshit, whether or not we should have men in women's bathrooms, whether or not we should have puberty blockers for fucking 10-year-olds, that bullshit you need to put back in the past. That shit's never coming back. That's the whole reason why Trump got elected overwhelmingly, you fucking morons. So the first thing that you have to do, Democrats, is you have to pivot your whole point of emphasis away from whatever the fuck, LGBTQ, idiot women, whatever it is, and you have to universally abstract go for labor, labor, labor. And you need to emphasize that we need to create jobs in this country, and real jobs, jobs that pay long term, because the jobs that Trump is touting, they're literally the Chinese jobs that the Chinese fucking factory workers are getting paid pennies an hour on. I mean, as I stated, once again, going back to agriculture, aside from the producers not producing as much because of the tariffs, because of the retaliatory tariffs by China and elsewhere, the Mexicans that used to tend to these agriculture and livestock commodities are no longer around because of the deportation situation. So the Americans are going to have to do those jobs. So there's not going to be a whole lot of badass jobs here in the next couple of years. All right? A lot of you people are going to have to eat shit and do shit that they were doing 100 years ago, like assembly line work and all that other bullshit. And I don't think you people are prepared for that. All right? And Pookie from 713 did a Rumble rant. Trump also signed documents in AutoPen in his first administration. And Kits does a flip. I hope the Tesla boycotts lead to the death of electric cars in general. I hate them. I just want Tesla to go first and foremost because of Elon. Yeah, electric cars are a joke. The only reason that they were popular is because of all the subsidies that were given during Obama and Biden's administration. It was a forced market upon us. And, of course, even with all the money backing it up, we didn't want it. That's what Democrats like to do. Anyway, Alex the Resurrection, it's unconstitutional coming from Mr. Ban Everett. Dude, fuck off, Alexander the Resurrection. I'll ban you. How about that? I'll ban you. All right, you're just a fucking shit talker that fucking pitches in $1 every now and then like some fucking jerk off harassing one of those statue pricks on a fucking goddamn Venice beach. All right, go the fuck away. I get it. I got your $1. Get out of here. All right? You're like that asshole, that fucking, statue pricks are trying to stay still and shit. And you're those assholes, you're trying to pick my nose, you're trying to flick my balls and shit. Fuck you. How about that shit? Get out of my chat room. And Devious Day, breaking news, Donald Trump announces intentions of the JFK files tomorrow. He already released him in fucking 16, dude. I mean, what else is he going to release? Give me a break. All right, where are the Epstein files, for Christ's sake? Oh, yeah, that's right. They ain't coming out. And if they coming out, they're going to make sure that it doesn't have any fucking name of Trump or his fucking associates on there as well. All right, yeah, we're going to release the 8,000 documents on the JFK assassination. Yeah, okay, great. What is that going to prove? And Kits doesn't flip. Didn't Uncle Bernie also get the against me tranny at his what? At his rally as well? I don't know. I think he may have spelled that or something. I don't know, Kits. And trolling the interwebs. Yay, Bernie! Here are my undies. And trolling the interwebs. So they're saying a crying Latina woman begging for money best represents the Democratic Party. I don't know why these Democrats think that AOC is anything. And Froppy hooked it up with a buy me a coffee. Trump complained today that the Kennedy Center is surrounded by floating cubes with doors in them that go to underground rooms that no one knows what they do, and they block the views. All I'm saying is whatever happens to him is Ghost's fault. What the fuck does that mean? And of course, Cheers Drunkler, cry harder, cry baby. Hey, I'm not crying because, oh, Trump this, Trump that. Our country is being destroyed. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a Canadian or a European. Because if you're an American taking any glee to this, you're a traitorous jerk-off. All right, you're a traitorous jerk-off. But anyway, as I stated, these Democrats, they got to step away from identity politics. They need to go blue dog Democrat, put a point of emphasis on labor, and exploit all the contradictions and hypocrisy that Trump is doing. All right? And you have to be unified in a more centrist tone, not this ultra-left bullshit, because if you want my opinion, you idiots on the Democrat side going ultra-left is what brought in the ultra-right. And if you want my opinion, the ultra-left and the ultra-right aren't that far off. And if you don't believe me, take a look at Scott Pressler. You know, Scott Pressler is a guy that goes out and tries to organize GOP votes. They almost made him the chairman of the fucking GOP. This guy is queerer than a $3 bill, okay? I mean, I thought that when we were going to elect Republicans that we weren't going to see this kind of flamboyant, fucking RuPaul drag show kind of shit in the Republican Party. I didn't think we were going to see that kind of crap in the Republican Party. So that's why I'm saying the far left and the far right have far more in common than many people understand or even bother to fucking acknowledge. So I'm telling you this right now. If y'all are going to go with AOC, y'all are going to lose. Y'all are going to lose. She's an idiot. She has no fucking optics, no sense of optics. All right, she has no beliefs in anything. She's disingenuous every time she opens up her fucking mouth unless she's got something in it. And then 3, she has no ideas. Those are the 3 things that are the prerequisite for anybody to be a successful politician. And that's why I'm calling on you. Anybody who's out there, if you have any credibility, if you're a respected member in your community, or if you're somebody that is respected in your trade, or if you're somebody that has a belief in an idea and believe in it so much that you're willing to go out and put your name on the line for it, we need you to start running for office, because the people that are running for office are complete dingbats and they have no fucking ideas. That's why Trump kind of was able to overwhelmingly get elected, because there's no ideas on where our country's supposed to go, where our country's headed. No ideas whatsoever on either party. So that's why I'm begging anybody who's out there listening, please consider running for office. It's not as hard as you think. All you have to do is give the optics that you truly believe in your ideas. It's as simple as that. And you got to make it look believable that the American people will be like, look at that person. I'm inspired by that person. He believes in that. And he's persuaded me, or she's persuaded me to believe in that. So that's why I'm telling each and every one of you, all right, if you're against what the hell's going on in this country, it's time for you to go and run for something. Run for a House representative seat. Run for the Senate, especially if you have an incumbent that doesn't have any opposition. Run for something. okay? Because we need new ideas. We need people that are going to go out there that truly believe and that can convince the masses that, hey, the direction that we're going doesn't help us, it doesn't help the country, and it certainly doesn't sustain us for the long term. But you people have to go and make that initiation. You have to go out there and do it. I know it's very easy to sit back in your home and, just, it'll go away. It'll go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. So for you people that are truly passionate about an idea, for those of you that are truly passionate about a belief, go out there and do it. Please go out there and do it. If you need my help, fucking let me know. All right? You can do it. It's not that hard. How do you think AOC, this stupid bitch, how do you think AOC became powerful? How do you think she came into politics? She ran against an incumbent that had no opposition for 8 different political cycles. So what AOC did, under the behest of her boyfriend, she decided that she was going to become a bartender in the precinct that she was going to run for office in. And, AOC's not horribly unattractive, so she got a lot of attention as a bartender, and she convinced all these hard legs to go to the precinct meeting during the state convention, because that's when you can primary somebody out of office. And that's what she did. She convinced all these hard legs to go to the Democratic precinct meeting during the state convention, and there were more people that would vote for her than Crowley, who was the incumbent at that time, his constituency, that she won the primary because she had more people in that precinct that were there representing her as opposed to Crowley. And then when she out-primaried Crowley, she walked right into Congress. She walked right into Congress, folks, and that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is, folks. I just gave you the diagram on how to out-primary somebody and how to walk right into office. But you have to go out there and do it. You have to go out there and make things happen. If you have influence to be able to converge, like if you can get people to go to a precinct, whether it's Republican or Democrat, and you can bring more people to that precinct than the fucking incumbent, you become the nominee for the party. So remember that. That's why I'm trying to tell everybody, man, do it. All right? It's worth it. All right? Your country needs you. We need statesmen once again. We need people that care about this country once again. We need people that are going to put ideas on the fucking table that'll generally benefit the general American public.
They're eating the cats.
Anyway, let me get to some of these buy me a coffees, and then we'll transition into some international news, all right? Kiwi capitalist fuck Elon and his bitch Trump. Why don't you move to the Middle Earth and live lavish like me? 1 tray of New Zealand eggs equals 1 U.S. gold card visa. Well, I wouldn't be so, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be so high-steppy when it comes to being over there in New Zealand. I mean, folks, China right now, and look, I don't mean to be bebopping, but this guy did just donate. China has Australia surrounded and New Zealand surrounded by battleships right now. Put the PC shot on. China reveals details about the show of force against U.S. ally. Right now, there are about, I think, a dozen ships that are surrounding the Pacific side and the north side of Australia and New Zealand. They have been conducting live ammunition drills or exercises that has forced New Zealand and Australia to divert commercial flights. And China is not really given too much detail, really. They're just saying that, hey, we're just conducting drills. But the head of command in the Pacific say they look a lot like operations to him. They look a lot like operations to him. So, look, if I were Australia and New Zealand, I wouldn't be living so lavish right now. You guys are very vulnerable to attack, in my opinion. I mean, there are more people that are Chinese-born than there are natural-born Australians. And to be honest with you, it'd be the easiest country to take control of. All you have to do is take control of the top 2 cities, which is Sydney and Melbourne, and you've got most of the country. All right? And you got most of the country. And if there's some unspoken word amongst the community of Chinese Australians that if the Chinese invade, that they take up arms and or destabilize the country or help secure the cities, I mean, that's even worse for Australia. All right? And to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, I haven't met many Australians that were worth the shit. I'll be honest. I met a few cool ones, don't get me wrong, but most Australians that I ever met are a waste of human fucking life. I'm sorry I had to say it. All right, they're pieces of trash. So if the Chinese want to take control of Australia, I'll give them Australia. All right, I mean, fuck them. All right, I'm not even joking. Dude, I'm not kidding. I've been online for a long time. I've known a lot of Australians, and at least 80% of them are absolute trash. Are absolute garbage of people. I'm not fucking the lowest common denominator of people. I'm not kidding. So, I mean, hey, if China takes over fucking Australia, I don't really care. All right, who gives a shit? All right, you can have that. You can have that one, China. All right, what is it? 80% of the country isn't even fucking habitable anyway. All right, so who gives a shit? But anyway, look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the main idea here, at least right now when it comes to foreign policy in America. And I'm talking about yesterday when Trump, after a round of golf, decided to airstrike Yemen. How do you like that, huh? Right after a round of golf, U.S. strikes Yemen. Now, I know many of you are asking yourself, why is Trump striking Yemen? It doesn't make sense. Well, if you were on Ghost.Report and following it daily, then you would know that in the past couple of posts, you see, this was March 16th when the airstrikes were launched by Trump in his golfing outfit. But take a look at the past couple of days of Ghost Report Daily. Look, this is where Schumer bows down, March 14th. And take a look at this, all right? Houthis renewed threats to Israeli ships, okay? Houthis renewed threats to Israeli ships. And that was on March 14th. All right, now watch the next day. All right, the next day, what does it say? Israel admits failure in preventing Yemeni attacks. All right? Israel media admits to failure in containing Yemeni attacks. That was March 15th. And you take a look at the day after. What is the day after? Airstrikes in Yemen after golfing. There it is right there. So that should give you an idea on why we're hitting up Yemeni targets. All right? That's why we're hitting up Yemeni targets. So anyway, MAGA, right? All of you MAGA people, every time that I talked about the Ukraine situation or any other domestic, or I should say international squabble, you would always repeat, not dying for Israel, not dying for Israel. Well, that's why Trump is hitting up Yemen, you stupid fucks. All right? So all you MAGA people that you parroted throughout 2024's election cycle, I'm not dying for Israel. I'm not dying for Israel. What? I just told you why Trump did these airstrikes, because he certainly didn't do it for American national security. I mean, when was the last Yemeni attack on American soil? Huh? When was the last Yemeni attack on any American province, for fuck's sake? Anyway, trolling the interwebs, I'm going to have Grok run my political campaign. Well, good. Trolling the interwebs, is it true? I've played Risk. Australia is the easiest to take hold. It is! They're literally, the country of Australia is literally like, I think, 4 or 5 cities. And you only need to take control of Sydney and Melbourne, and you got the whole country. And Devious Dave, I stand with Australia. If China launches attack, I'll go over there with my musket and defend them. Well, good luck, because, I mean, the fucking people aren't even armed in Australia. So that's how easy it would be to take control of the country. But look, y'all are gonna go to war. I mean, y'all know that, right? I mean, he said right after the Yemeni attacks, he said that Iran is next. All right? Iran is next. And look, Iran right off the bat came out and said, we will have a devastating response to any Israel or U.S. attack on Iran. Donald Trump renewed his threats against Tehran while announcing Washington's deadly attacks on Yemen, which killed and injured 132 people. So right after this happened, what did Trump do? Trump came out today and said any other attacks by the Houthis are going to be blamed on Iran. Take a look at that. Iran distanced itself from the Houthis as terror proxy workers or networks. But as I stated, Trump threatened that any other attacks by the Houthis is going to be blamed by Iran. And guess what's going to happen? Huh? Just as I said was going to happen. Bomb, 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 Iran. Bomb, 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 Iran. Now, why is all of a sudden Trump putting a point of emphasis on Iran? Well, if you go back a couple of days on Ghost.Report, you'll see that China, Russia got with Iran in order to take up the Iranian cause. All right? They just met. Here, let me go back one more day. Here it is right here. Where is it? Hold on. Let me one more day. Sorry about that. They met last week. All right, they met last week. Russia, China, and Iran. They met in Beijing, and all three came to a consensus that they're going to stand behind Iran in the Iranian nuke deal type of situation. So I think that's why Trump made the hit on Yemen and then threatening Iran in the process. And that happened this week. I'm trying to look for the article. I know I put it on here somewhere. But yeah, that's what happened last week. The Iranian and Russian representatives went to Beijing to discuss this issue. And they came out unilaterally and said, hey, America, stop doing what you can. Stop doing what you're doing to Iran, that sort of thing. So that's why I believe Trump hit him up. And also, let's not forget Israel's influence. All right. And anyway, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about Russia, because a lot of things are evolving with the Ukraine-Russia situation. Tomorrow is going to be a phone call between Pootie Poo and Trump. That's why you see that little graphic there. So like Ukraine and stuff, a couple of teenage girls. And I just don't understand why Trump continues to bend the knee to Putin. I mean, there's got to be some kind of co-opting by the Russians on Trump that this is just too much pandering to the Russian government. It's just too much pandering. I just don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. All right? Russia has always, and I repeat, always has gone back on whatever the fuck they agreed upon. And what is Trump saying? This phone call that him and Putin are going to have, they're going to cover, quote, dividing up certain assets, whatever the fuck that means. So does that mean that all this money, all the backing that we gave Ukraine was for naught? I mean, there's going to be concessions. Does this technically mean that we gift the winning of this war to Russia? I just don't understand this. And because Trump has pissed on all of our allies, we are so vulnerable foreign policy-wise that if China, Russia, or China and Russia decide to hit us up, and I'll tell you right now, if I were China, and I'm gonna be honest, this is just what if scenario. What if scenario? If I were China, right now is a perfect opportunity to hit the United States. And I would hit Hawaii or I would hit Alaska. Because right now, our military is completely discombobulated. You got Hegseth trying to revamp the military by saying we want better soldiers that aren't obese. And if you take a look at the statistics, 70% of active duty, it could be considered obese. So how the fuck are you going to solve that? How are you going to solve the whole revamping of the generals and all this shit that's happening at the DOD? How are you going to handle that if there was a massive attack on one of our countries? How are you going to handle that? We're not going to be able to handle it. You're going to have femboys, fatties, and man-children that are going to be called up in conscription to fight this battle, and I don't think that they're able to. And moreover, I do want to put a point of emphasis that our allies that would traditionally help us if we were in distress like this, like Europe, like Canada, I don't think not only will they not help us, I think that they would help China. I think right now they would help China defeat us. This is exactly what I said was going to happen in 2024. I said that Trump is going to throw us under the bus and that he's going to make us the world's pariah, that when somebody hits us, and this is why I prognosticated right after he was elected that we were going to get hit up. We've already been hit up a few times. But if we get hit up, nobody is going to come to our aid. And on the contrary, they'll probably help China. It'd probably be China that does it. They'll help China because we're viewed as a belligerent. And China can view this, or at least show the optics of this, that they were trying to contain a belligerent America. And that America was slapping everybody in the face and was putting the world into economic peril. And I mean, they could justify it optically, and most of the world would completely agree. What Trump has done has put us in such bad economic, military uncertainty that we're ripe to be taken down. And in my opinion, that's what I think Trump is doing purposely, and he's doing so because he's being told to do so. He's being told to do so by the guys who funded him, all those tech bros that were there at the inauguration. The reason the inauguration was inside, not because of any security issue, it was to protect the fucking trillions of dollars that were there attending the damn inauguration. Those are the people that are telling him what to do. Those are the people that are telling him to loosen up America, to make America vulnerable, so we are no longer the superpower. I've told you time and time again, these tech bros have already juiced this market. All right? They've already made themselves billionaires using the 350 million population of America. They've already tapped this market out. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to crash this market. They're going to try to readjust America's economics to equal that of most of the world. No longer are we going to be American exceptionalism. We're going to be the equal of that of a factory worker in China. We're going to be equal to that of a factory worker in Mexico. That is what is happening right fucking now. And this man, Trump, he's allowing it to happen. And because he has everybody charmed, because he has everybody under this idea that some tranny or whatever the fuck he was promoting that got everybody all riled up during the election was more important than whatever the fuck he's doing now. And what he's doing now, I don't give a shit if you want to call it incompetence. It is absolute malice. It is absolutely intentional. And all of you people that are for this, you have blood on your hands. You have blood on your hands for taking down this country. You have blood on your hands for sitting on your thumbs and not holding your own leader accountable. All right? Now, I know some of you are trying to attend the town halls. I know some of you are trying to make your voice be heard. But by God, I mean, you still got a lot of idiots in here that think that what's going on right now is a great day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, you people need to get on the ball before our fucking country, American exceptionalism, America itself is torn down to nothing more than a third world technocratic country. You understand that? All of you MAGA people have blood on your hands for this shit. Because if you don't believe that our country is intentionally being fucking nosedived in the ground, then you're a fucking idiot. All right? You're at the point of demoralization going into normalization at this point. Pisses me off, dude. It pisses me off that you people are so fucking stupid. You can't fucking read the writing on the wall. Because look at this. A poll. Almost half of America thinks Trump sympathizes with Russia. Who are the other half that does it? All right? I mean, how much more action does Trump have to do to convince you that this guy is a fucking operative of Russia at this point? All right? I mean, give me a fucking break. I mean, this is a disgrace, for fuck's sake. It's a disgrace. We're the pariah of the world because of this fucking guy's foreign policy, man. Now they don't want to buy our products, even if we do manufacture shit for the world. They don't want to buy our fucking products. And I'm telling you, if China hit us up, Europe would help them. At this point right now, if China hit us up, Mexico would help them. If China hit us up, Canada would help them. All right? That's how vulnerable we are in this fucking country, and you dickless fucking people made it happen. All right? So when you're suffering, and I repeat this over and over again, every fucking show, when you're suffering, I want you to think of me. When you're suffering and you can't pay your fucking bills, you can't pay for your fucking food, I want you to think of me. When you're laid off on the street and you're having your fucking shit taken and repossessed, I want you to think of me. You fucking ungrateful pieces of American shit. And you know something? Part of me almost wants this shit to happen. You know that? Even though I'm being critical, even though I'm highlighting that you fucking idiots made this happen, I almost kind of want it to happen. And you want to know why? Because you wanted this to happen. You made this happen. And unfortunately, what I've learned living a good amount of years on this earth is that most human beings have to learn by consequence. They can't just learn by thinking and observing. No! Every fucking idiot is like that kid. When you tell them, don't put your hand on that stove, they put it on the stove anyway. And that's how you morons are going to have to learn. But by the time you recognize that you done goofed, by the time that you recognize that you fucked up, it's going to be too late. You're going to be suffering. All right? And you're going to have to look at your dirty little beady eyes in the mirror every fucking morning and recognize that you had something to do with this bullshit. All right? You blind morons that had no idea what you were talking about, what you were thinking about when it came to politics. It's your fault that we're in this position. You dickless idiots that don't know your ass from your elbow, but you thought you knew everything about politics. It's your fucking fault. It's your fault. So give me a break. And the base department, InfoWars reporter got murdered recently. You could be next, Ghost. Watch your back. Do you think I'm afraid of death, you fucking dumb fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? You think I'm afraid of death? You think that, you're gonna fucking kill me? What am I gonna miss? The totalitarianism of the machines being used by the tech bros to oppress us in such a technocratic, totalitarian way that you can't even fucking imagine? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. All right, you think I want to fucking live to see this fucking future of fucking technocratic totalitarianism? I don't give a fuck. The shadow of death could follow me, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't fucking care. All right? I've lived my life. I've had my experiences, for fuck's sake. You young people that have to fucking sit here and suffer through this, I want you to remember me, all right? I want you to remember me when you're suffering. Remember that. I want you to remember me when you're suffering. I want you to remember me when you're suffering. I want you to remember me when you're suffering. All right? I want to roll around in your conscience. I want to be in your subconscious. I'm planting myself in your subconscious right now. I'm planting myself in your subconscious right now. And when you're suffering and you're crying and you're wondering, why did this happen? Why did this happen? I want my voice in your head to say, it's because of you. It's because of fucking you is why we're here. All right, you know what? I'm done with this fucking show, all right? I'm done with this shit, all right? I'm done with this shit, but I want you all to know that I want you to think of me when you're fucking suffering. All right, I want you to think of me because you all caused this shit. You all caused this bullshit. All right? You all can sit here and talk shit about me all you want. I'm checking out of here in a fucking couple of decades, hopefully. But you people are going to have to suffer through this shit. What you thought your lives were going to be for the next 5 or 10 years is over. All right? What you planned your life to be in the next 5 or 10 years has taken a skew into another direction. And you idiots don't even fucking understand that. You can't even see that. Well, you're going to see it when you're suffering. I can tell you that right now. You can see it when you're suffering. And I want you to think of me when you're suffering. I want you to think of me when you're suffering. I want you to think of me when you're suffering. Remember that. I tried to warn you all. Think of me when you're suffering. Son of a bitch. All right, look, I'm going to get the hell out of here. All right, I've had enough. You people don't care. All right, you people are the kind of people that buy large quantities of condoms just to impress the goddamn cashier at Walgreens. All right? That's how, it's fucking you people. Piece of shit. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just tired. All right? I'm just tired of looking at these disgusting, filthy fucking people they're completely oblivious. They're completely oblivious. I can't wait till Elon Musk has all your aggregated data. And when he asks AI, who do we have to eliminate out of here? You're on that fucking list, all right? And I hope some robot or some drone comes around and just fucking whatever, all right? Why am I even talking to you people? Most of you people question your sexuality every time you take a big turn, all right? Why the fuck am I even talking to you people? I'm serious. You people are so dumb you think back shots is going to the fucking chiropractor. You're a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking idiots. All right. I'm sorry, folks. All right. I'm sorry, but you see this, right? You see these fucking people in the chat room, right? They're flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking a bunch of garbage, all right? But they don't realize, my God, they don't realize the suffering that they're about to go through. Hold on, I gotta calm down, folks. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. All right. Anyway, dude, shut up. Look, the people that are talking shit, dude, you're fucking jerk offs. All right. I mean, you're the kind of people that tell your girlfriend that you're into scat and then shit yourself to prove it. You fucking losers. All right. You know what? I'm done. All right, yeah. Hey, Devious Dave, you're damn right. I'm going to the bar. It's fucking St. Patrick's Day, for fuck's sake. All right? Maybe I should go to the bar, or I don't know, maybe I'll go kick it and drink with the folks in the TCR member chat. I don't know. I don't know yet. All right, but I can tell you this. It fucking pisses me off that you people aren't seeing the big picture. All right? You don't want to see it because you're a part of it. All right? You're a part of this bullshit. All right. I mean, look, shut the fuck up in the chat room, dude, all right? All right. I mean, y'all are a bunch of fucking losers. I mean, look at you people. Look at all the fucking enemy profile pictures in the damn chat room here. Or if it's not enemy profile pictures, it's a bunch of fucking gamers. Oh yeah, I'm a 40-year-old gamer. Yeah, I'm a 40-year-old gamer. I'm the kind of guy that likes role play when I ask my girlfriend to call me player one when she... Never mind. All right, I'm done, dude. I'm done with this crap. All right, I may do a ghost show tomorrow. I'm trying to be consistent with a ghost show Tuesdays and Fridays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, Central Standard Time. And, it's a tomfoolery show. All right, it's not a serious show like True Capitalist Radio Show. All right? So I'm just telling you all right now, if you like tomfoolery, that's the Ghost Show. If you like serious subject matters to be discussed, like the ones here on the True Capitalist Radio Show, then stay here and consider supporting the True Capitalist Radio Show by becoming a member. All right? It's very easy. You know what? I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to kick it with the TCR member chat. Put the PC shot on. All right? Become a member by going to buymeacoffee.com/GhostPolitics and become a member. All right? Become a member, man. We talk about some serious subject matters. We watch sports in there together. We have some pretty good conversations in there. All right? So if you're a serious person, and we help each other out as well. You know, we try to help each other out. There's some connections in there. All right, now, dude, fucking a safe space chat. Hey, you know something, asshole? All of you people that think that it's safe space chat, you people think that Netflix and chill means showing off your stamp collections in bed. All right, you're fucking losers, man. We put all of your intelligence together. You might have enough intelligence to tie your shoe, you fucking idiot. All right. Anyway, I'm getting the fuck out of here. All right. Cheers to everybody out there who is a true fan of True Capitalist Radio. Once again, if you have not done so, add to your bookmarks and add to your favorites. All right, my official website, ghost.report. All right, put the PC shot on, ghost.report. That's all you got to do. Type it in there and add it to your bookmarks and add it to your favorites, man. I give you the world on one web page, and we also got totally useless news right down here. So if you're a junk food for the brain type of person and need something outside of politics, this bottom block right here, all the time, you're going to get totally useless news. Like, look at this one. Chewing on wood helping improve your health? Take a look at this. Chewing on wood can boost your memory. So all you people that gnaw on your fucking pencils, maybe you were on to something. Maybe you were on to something, huh? And I'm not talking about the wood that many of you homosexuals like chewing on, all right? I'm not talking about that. And speaking of China, you know, the rift between China and Taiwan, believe it or not, Taiwan had to apologize because they were giving out Chinese gun-shaped prizes. What kind of shit is that? Taiwan could be invaded by China at any point, and this marathon organizer decided to give out Chinese-shaped guns as prizes, huh? Jesus Christ. All right. Let me go to another one here. This is yesterday's. This is March 16th. Did you see this? Starbucks loses a $50 million lawsuit after burning man's genitals with tea. Can you believe this? Look at this shit. Starbucks hit $50 million payout after scalding tea burns man's genitals. Now, this is actually a story that hit close to home here. There's a local barbecue joint called Bill Miller's out here in San Antonio that just got hit up for like 5 or 10 million because of some fucking burning shit as well. So what the fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the guy should have been paid out something, but 50 million? Good God. Well, I guess it is his genitals, right? I guess it's the family jewels, Ghost. And by the way, speaking of family jewels, did you see this one? Embalmer charged with castration of corpse. Now, what happened here is that the embalmer chopped off the member of the deceased, put it in its mouth, and then sent it to the funeral home because he was a sex offender, allegedly. All right? So there it is. Embalmer charged with castrating sex offender, putting penis in mouth, just to prove a point. All right? Just to prove a point. One more, and let me get the hell out of here. All right? Did you hear about this one? TikToker jailed for telling Jesus to get a haircut. Take a look at this. Indonesian TikToker jailed for blasphemy for telling Jesus to get a haircut. Look at that shit. So if you think that you don't have free speech here, come on, Maine, all right? Come on, Maine. All right, one more. I like looking for these, for Christ's sake. Take a look at this. Man decapitates victim and uses head as soccer ball. Take a look at that. Gruesome. Man found guilty of decapitating man and playing soccer with his head. Oh, Jesus Christ. What have we become? My sweetest friend. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, one more. I'm sorry. Man murders. Take a look at this. I'm just read it for yourself.
They're eating the cats.
Mental patient caught biting an animal's genitals. Oh shit! Look at BN King. BN King hooking it up with 24 beers, and he said, "Hey, Ghost, thanks for doing TCR. I got 2 video for the 420 special episode of the Ghost Show. I will underline these separate messages for tomorrow. Thanks again, and good night and cheers." Well, cheers to you, man. All right, cheers to Mr. BN King for 24 beers. I appreciate it, man. Cheers to you. And I thank you for everything. As a matter of fact, Duke Orville, everybody, man. Cheers to you. Everybody who appreciates the True Capitalist Radio Show. Cheers to all of you, man. All right, but here it is. Mental patient caught biting man's genitals in office ward after murder. So what ended up happening is that this mental patient killed the man and then started chomping on his genitals for a snack. Huh? Now, this was not in America. This was in South Africa. It was in South Africa. But anyway, that concludes the True Capitalist Radio Show, all right? Once again, there's plenty of news on Ghost.Report. So if you like totally useless news, do you like international news, or you like serious domestic news, go check out Ghost.Report. And of course, if you haven't done so, follow me on X or Twitter. All right? It is my social media of choice. Even though I don't like Elon Musk, it's still a good product for now. And there's a reason why he wants information to flow freely for now. So that's why I'm using it for now. The Ghost Report, all one word, no underscores. The Ghost Report. Did I go over the stimulus? Okay, okay. Let me tell you that story, because people are like, hey, what about the Doge stimulus? Am I going to get a check? If you're going to get a check, it's going to be a lot less than $5,000. Take a look at this. This is on today's Ghost Report Daily. Doge stimulus, a lot less than $5,000. I told you, idiots, this. I told you. Look, all the money that they're saving, they're claiming that they're going to give 20% of it to the American public. And if you do the math, all right, Doge dividend simply will take the money Doge saves, and it's going to, appropriate $652 per taxpayer. But in actuality, just based on what they have cut this point, their current savings is only $115 billion. All this bullshit that they're doing, they've only saved $115 billion. That would be $142 per person. So for all you people that think that you're going to get a $5,000 stimulus package, you got the Fell for It Again award, boy. The Fell for It Again award. And that's typical of most MAGA nowadays, all right? That's typical. Anyway, folks, Ghost Show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if I have the energy, or if there's any actual news that forces me to do so, I will have a True Capitalist radio show probably on Thursday. All right, but if I don't, it'll be Ghost Show on Friday, and Monday will be the True Capitalist radio day. For sure, Monday will be the True Capitalist radio day. All right? Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. I appreciate it. BN King, Duke Orville, Froppy, everybody out there who is chilling, Exanton, everybody, man. Cheers to you. Consider becoming a member of the True Capitalist Radio chat room. I'm going to be in that chat room here in about 20 to 25 minutes. Cheers to everybody. Until next time, I'm out of here.